On my usual escapades through YouTube, I've noticed some videos about an AI-scripted Batman story by Keaton Patty, assuming I said the name correctly. Specifically, it was the first page getting adapted, where some YouTubers decided to adapt the story into a visualized format, complete with their own implementation of visuals, voice acting, and background audio.
I have punched the penguin into prison. Alfred, Batman's loyal battler, carries a tray of Gotham.
Eat a dinner, Mattress Wayne. An explosion explodes. Joker and Two-Face enter the cave. Joker is a clown, but insane. Two-Face is a man, but a tornado.
No! It is Two-Face and One-Face. They hate me for being a bat.
Batman throws Alfred at Two-Face. Two-Face flips Alfred like a coin. Alfred lands heads up, which means Two-Face goes home.
What I am getting at here is, despite each of these videos building off of the same script, the different approaches will lead to different feelings based on that same script. I mean, yes, it is the same exact script, which will carry with it an inherent familiarity. However, these differing interpretations, again, provide a different feel of sorts. You see, more often than not, artists will often have a hard time envisioning their final product. I mean, it is easy to make up a visualization on the spot in your head, but once you start the process of creating said visualization, I will guarantee that it will come out different than intended. This is why, for example, storyboarding is a thing when it comes to animation. For it is one thing to write a script for something, but it is another thing when other elements of an art piece are added on top of each other. These elements, at the end of the day, all come together to give each and every interpretation a different feel to them. What I am getting at here is the focus on ingredients when it comes to art. As even when you find an element that you find to be the most important element in an art piece, the other elements must not be understated. For just in the same vein as a recipe, you don't just make a cake out of flour alone. There's also eggs, yeast, milk, and so on. Not only that, but the recipe also requires mixing the ingredients in a certain way at certain times even. Really, you don't just dump everything in and call it a day. Point here is that art isn't just a single element most of the time, but a combination of elements presented in a certain manner. In the case of the Batman example, while it is still ridiculous considering the script that the other YouTubers are building off of, it is still very different in certain spots. For example, when the Joker decides to deflect Batman's missile with his quote-unquote clowny power.
Clowny power!
One interpretation has the missile bouncing around him while he makes a funny face, with other interpretations having the missile bouncing off of him. It may be a small detail, but said clowny power may prove helpful in how it is intended to work in the future of the story to follow a continuity. Know what the intention was for the future. Not that one can gauge the intention from a script written by artificial intelligence, but you get my point. That point being how something such as a basic interaction can affect how a story is presented and how it might be presented in the future. That's all I have to say for this mission. Good luck on your challenge, and I'll see you next time with something else. Bye!